let's talk about um one of my favorite things, which is collaboration. We don't gatekeep in this community. There is no competition.
I would not be here if it was not for collaborating with Erin and meeting her at a networking event. She reached out to me and it kind of just changed my world. Like we became friends, we collaborated in business, then she invited me to an event, and then, the rest is history. Collaboration has a special place in my heart.
Okay, welcome guys back to another Thrive Like a Mother episode. And y'all, today is super special. I know you see all of these people here with me, all of these badass women. Today, y'all, I am bringing in some of just the most powerful women that I have met in this She Is Made for More community. Y'all, this community is all about women. We are all in our own spaces, boldly going after our more, whatever that looks like. We're chasing our purpose, deep connection, and always collaborating. There's no competition here. There's no gatekeeping, which is why I truly, truly love y'all. And so I wanted to do a really special episode of the Thrive Like a Mother podcast and bring all of these ladies on. Like, our group is a lot bigger, and I couldn't bring everyone on, but I was like, okay, who's gonna go with me? And y'all, I'm just thankful for y'all just hopping in with me and just like raising your hand and saying yes. And so let's talk a little bit about this because I joined the She Is Made for More community officially in February, but I had kind of been in it a little bit before then, just hopping in like Crystal's master classes, being like, okay, what is this girl doing? Like, how are things different here? Because I have been in other communities before, and there is no other community like this one. Seriously. So y'all, whether you're listening, you're on the way to work, or you're hiding in your car for a few minutes, we've all been there. This conversation, I hope it just reminds you that you are and always have been made for more. And I want to jump literally straight in and go around the room, each one of y'all, you know, raise your hand first if you want to go first, but what does made for more mean for you and look like for you in this season of life? Who wants to kick us off?
I feel like I always fight Wendy with going first.
There you go. Take it away, girl. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Erin Michaela, and my Made for More truly means that I get to unlock my full potential and don't leave any crumbs. I'm trying to be everything that I'm supposed to be and more, right? And I'm not trying to leave this life. Like, I heard the saying the other day where the graveyard's the most expensive place because that's where all the dreams and ideas go to die. And I'm not going to be part of that. It's going to be free 99 on mine because I left it all out there. But that is my made for.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yes. Literally living while we're here, like to the fullest. I love that, Erin. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next because my made for more is kind of similar to Aaron's, but for me, my made for more just means I continue to listen to that little voice and those little things that tug on my heart because that's truly, truly my higher self and my purpose. And that's what's led me here. So I'm just going to keep following that little voice and tuning in deeper into myself and building the life that I truly want.
Yes, Wendy. Oh, yes. Even this week, y'all. And I just told these girls a secret. I told these girls a secret, but I was on the burn it all to the ground. Maybe this is not for me. This is a lot, right? And instead, I was just like listening. Instead of listening to that fear, I listened to the voice that was like, no, girl, you got this. You were literally meant to do this. Goodness.
Yeah, those little nudges are not for no reason. So
Yeah.
tuning into those.
On that note, like my name is Sarah, and I think similar to like what Wendy and Erin said, it's that nudge, it's that dream on your heart, that you feel like, I feel like I could do this too. I feel like I could do this too. And for me, it's like seeing other people do it. And I'm like,
Like, if they're doing that, like, what can I do? You know what I mean? And I think that that's the more, because I've always kind of had this, like, a feeling like I'm supposed to be doing something more. I'm supposed to be doing something to make a bigger impact, to help more people, to like spread a message, like whatever that means. And it's changed over years, obviously, but there's always been a more. There's always been like, I should be doing something more than just, going to work and coming home and being a mom. Like, there's always been more to this. And even when you were saying like you wanted to burn it down, I had a friend tell me the other day, that's your fear talking. Like,
Yeah,
thank you, fear, but not today. So thank you for trying to
exactly.
protect me and keep me safe, but no.
Exactly. Shut it down. And Tracy, what is your mate for more in this season? So, just like all the other ladies have said, like it's that little nudge, but I'm figuring out how to listen to it and what it's trying to say. I know that I'm here to help people in some capacity, and it keeps changing, but I think each step I'm learning more and more about how I'm supposed to do that.
Yes, you bring up a good point, because just because you hear them more, sometimes you don't know what the next step is to take. It's like practice. It's like when it's like training the muscles. We're training the muscles. You have to keep trying and you have to keep listening, even with the risk of just failure. And I love that even though like each of our definitions are like just slightly different, they're all connected in the same thing of just like you have to have the courage to do it. Cause not everybody has that in them, right? There's just a special kind of person that can listen and hear it and say, I'm going to do something with this. So, talking about brave things, we're all doing, by the way, y'all, just like phenomenal things in this world, making, like Sarah said, making big impacts. Let's do another roundtable. What is one brave thing that you've done recently, and what did it teach you? That's a we're
But you
going
know
we're
what?
going deep.
And this wasn't even like on purpose, but you asked the question, and what came to mind was going to the She Is Me for a More event.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah.
That's one thing that sometimes going to these events is really scary. And sometimes you almost tell yourself like you don't really need it anymore because you are doing the thing and you're rolling with the punches. And you're like, maybe I don't need it. But for me, I think what continues to fascinate me is that I think I'm healed. I think I'm pretty good. And then I go to these things and I come back with so much and I'm like crying and there's just more that comes up. So for me, I think what that taught me is that I'm always going to continue to grow and there's always going to be room for growth, kind of like in the gym.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we get to step into who we are now and celebrate who we are now. Like I tell my clients at the gym, it's funny how we know this when it like I know this when it
Yeah.
comes to fitness, but not when it comes to business. It's different when it comes to business. But yeah, so I think that for me that was the biggest thing and just my biggest transformation is there's always going to be more and we're going for the more, but we still get to celebrate and be present. And doing that is what allows us to continue to walk into the more. So, yeah,
Yes.
I'm just really grateful that I went and I got to see all of you guys. And then now we're here. So,
Yes. I love that. Yes. I
Anybody
think, I mean,
else?
mine was the same around the event. Mine was getting on stage at the event. And I think, but for me, it was even like before that, like just posting the video. Like, I
Yeah.
knew she was gonna have a speaker contest, and I knew that I was gonna have to post a video for the speaker contest, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna post on the last day because, that's just the overachieving A student in me that I'm like, I feel like if you posted the last day, it seems like you weren't really serious, and you didn't really prepare." But then also I didn't wanna be first, and a little bit of me started to get in my head, and when I saw other people posting their videos, like, do I really have something to say? Do I really like, is my message really that important? And then, but what I learned was like, yeah, apparently my message is very important because
Mhm.
the
Heck yeah.
impact that I made and the response that I got from like getting on that stage, I was like, wow, like this was so much more than what I expected. But I never would have known that if I actually like didn't post that first video and like just shoot my shot. And I just think that that goes to show like, everybody has something special and everybody has a story to share, and you might think like your story is special because it's yours, but you have no idea the impact that your story is going to make to somebody else. Like that was the biggest thing that I learned. I was like, oh wow, this is so much bigger than me right now because it touches people in different ways. It makes impacts in different ways, and the way that other people relate might not even necessarily be anything that you're talking about, but you hit something in them that made them that made them think, and it had an impact in their life. Yeah, it gives people new perspective that maybe they weren't even expecting, and you probably weren't expecting to give them. Just pretty damn
I
cool.
really wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move into a follow-up, and I'm gonna pick on you guys, Erin and Tracy, but let's talk about a little bit more about community, right? Whether it was that she is made for more community or whether it's like your circle at home, how have they recently helped you through something brave, doing something that you were like, oh, you just like, you don't want to do it, but you have to, because if you don't, you're just gonna keep feeling that feeling.
Oh my goodness. I mean, community has really been homegrown for me and like getting out of my own way. Because I only went to my first networking meeting like a year and a half ago, and it literally changed my life. That's how I found the She's Made for More community through an event the operator wasn't even at. And then I was like, oh yeah, we were at the same event. And they were like, no, we weren't, but hi, nice to meet you. I was like, oh, okay. And so, I mean, it just taught me to surround myself with like-minded people, because if you're hanging
Mhm.
around with people that procrastinate, that accept mediocre, if you hang around with 5 people, you're gonna be the 6th, right? If you hang around with 5 people that
Mm,
are ambitious, outgoing, and ready to run and, like, believe in you and, like, Delulu with the plan, we're running, we don't know how we're gonna get
yeah.
there, but we're gonna get there, doing things we've never done before just for fun. For fun. We'll see what happens, and if we get paid, that's great, but, like, I just that community is so special to me because if I didn't have that, I definitely would not be here and would not have the Delulu plans that I have, and I've also been able now to ask for what I want too, which has been game changing. I'm, like, actually asking people, and I'm like, "Ah," but that means I'm going in
Yes.
the
Who
right
is
spot.
she? I love
That
that.
is
Yeah. Go ahead, Tracy.
that is literally why I love this community, because I the brave thing that I just did was starting something new, and starting something new is hard. I've had my other business for 5 years, and so I have my groove, I have my systems, my routines, and now this new one is, I mean, it's fun and it's lighting up my soul, and I'm really excited about it, but it's also so hard to start over. And but I was really motivated by this community to do something, and not even literally, just these people light me up and like push me to find my more.
Yes, yes, Tracy. I remember hearing your story for the first time and pushing you to record a podcast with me. Tracy was like, "What? Are you sure?" And I was like, Have you heard your story? What? Have you heard you?" So yes, I'm so proud of you. So proud of all of us for just continuing to take brave steps even when there is that fear, cuz it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. So let's talk about one of my favorite things, which is collaboration. We don't gatekeep in this community. There is no competition. We literally are side by side, um, just walking together almost, even though we're on like different paths. It's just so cool. So what has in this community or just in this season, what has collaboration, how has it changed your business or your personal growth?
I would not be here if it was not for collaborating with Erin and meeting her at a networking event. She reached out to me and it kind of just changed my world, really. Like, we became friends, we collaborated in business, then she invited me to an event. I met the She Is Made for More community, and then, the rest is history. So collaboration has a special place in my heart.
Yes, I love it.
Aaron, collaboration is Aaron's middle name at this point.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
No, but I love it. For me, it's kind of the same. Like Tracy said, it's always been collaborating with someone, even if I didn't necessarily consider it collaborating at the time. But there's been always a woman in my life who has helped me through every single phase. And like Tracy, that's the reason that I'm here today. It's sharing my strengths with another woman who maybe has weaknesses in that area and vice versa, and not being afraid to ask for help, like Erin said, and embracing all of that. So I think that collaboration is the secret component within community because you can be within a community and not collaborate. But what's the point of that, right? So we being in community and being able to collaborate within that community is really the secret because like Sarah said, there's probably a lot of things that she said on stage that people have heard before, but now they heard it from Sarah and it hit different. So we
Mhm.
all get to share our story, our impact. Then there's enough clients for all of us, and there's enough people for all of us. And so just being able to release all the negative stuff and just be able to create impact with other women is really, really freeing and something that's really, really beautiful in this community.
Yes.
I
Love
agree.
it.
I think the thing for me about collaboration is like not only that, but it helps to hold me accountable,
Mhm.
and when you say you're going to do something, it's like, hey, where you at? Hey, I thought you were going to
Mhm.
do this.
Yeah.
And like Wendy said earlier, it's, we sometimes don't always take our own advice, and even the other day when I'm walking with my friend, like she's starting a business and it's totally different from mine. And I'm able to see what she should do and she's able to see what I should do because sometimes we're too close, and we're protecting ourselves and, staying a little bit small and like trying to be comfortable. But the collaboration is what really brings it out. And not only that, but like encourages you and then gives you the confidence to be like, no, you should do this.
Yeah.
And that's the whole component. But I also think the big thing is that you get out what you put in. So like Wendy said, you could come into a community and you could not collaborate and you could not talk to anybody. But if you choose to come in with intention and to meet people and be like, I'm developing relationships, I'm making friendships, and I want to see
Mhm.
what value I can give to these women. And like it's gonna come back to you tenfold, because if you come in, you have to be a part of it. Like you have to talk to people. You have to reach out. You have to DM. You have to like hop on calls, like whatever it is, because that's the way that you're going to get the most out of the community that you're a part of.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you have to put in. And Erin, yes, I am coming to you, our collaboration queen. Okay, so like seriously though, I love what you're saying, Sarah, but there are people out there that they're like, I hear you, Sarah, but like I I struggle with this, right? I'm in the room and I freeze. So Erin, what advice do you have for someone who's like maybe they're getting in the rooms. They are struggling to even ask for help or they're scared to be even seen.
I mean, what I started doing that really started working is I wasn't necessarily looking for more friends, right? But I ended up finding people that I align with, and those are the friends that I want, period. Like, I'm not like shopping around. But what you do when you go into these rooms is you like take a deep breath and get ready to receive because you're going to get a lot of different things happening. And then forget that you have a business for a second. It's not about me. Like, forget that you have a business, get to know all these amazing people in the room. Like, get to know them, what their needs are, how they can help you. So I started doing like coffee and connect calls and like seeing how I can support you. What type of client do you need? What do you need, right? And then from there, then you learn what the regenerative relationships look like. And then you're unstoppable because then you're bouncing ideas. Like me and Wendy do like working hours like once a week. And we just sit there and be like, what are you working on? What are we doing? And it all started with friendships, right? Same thing with Tracy. Like, be a friend first, be a friend, be a fan, support, and whatever is aligned is gonna align.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Take business out of the equation. Just show up and be you, be a human. Yes. Okay. So I know we're on Thrive Like a Mother, right? And in our own way, we all have either if they're tiny fur babies or like Sarah, you have your daughters, Erin, you have your fur babies too, and Tracy, you got like your nieces and nephews, right? We all have families, right? We all have people that we care about, people that we take care of in some capacity. How do you, any one of you guys, how do you balance chasing your more while still staying grounded, like in who you are, and still making sure that you are keeping your connection with like the people that you love?
I love this because it takes a talent. Like it takes a talent and I just like Crystal the other day literally posted a story and then she just DM'd me like, "I'm so proud of you. You're amazing." And I think dropping down into that, who do I want to keep my connection with? Who is regeneratively giving me that same energy and making sure that I know that what I pour into me, I get to pour into others. And so if I'm not pouring into me, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be able to be the best for mama. I'm not gonna be able to be the best partner. And that's where I really fell off in the first like half of the year. And if I didn't have this community, Wendy was with me, like, girl, you got this. Tracy was with me, you got this. Like everybody was with me. And if I didn't have that to push through, pour into myself, I wouldn't have that. And you guys all have that because you were able to be in a place where you could give. And I think that's what's so important is being able to prioritize yourself and still continue to give.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. I think one
Wendy.
of my favorite things and one of the best things, and I'm going to continue to say this because I've never really had something like this where it's like a community and a group of friends who wholeheartedly accept me for who I am because it's so freeing. And what's beautiful about having so many friends and so many women in business that think the way that I do is I'm a businesswoman now and we're all busy. So everyone knows like it takes Wendy like 3 reminders before she does something. So everybody respects that and everybody loves me for it and everybody will remind me 3 times, you know? And so like we're able to fully embrace each other and help each other. And like Sarah said, hold each other accountable. So I think my favorite thing is knowing that I can get a text and maybe I don't reply today, but I reply tomorrow, and that's okay. And I'm still going to be just as loved, and we're still going to collaborate in all of the things. But so many times with friendships and with collaborating and with things with other women, you almost feel like you have an expectation or you have to show up a certain way. So I think that one of my favorite things is just the fact that I get to show up messy. I get to show up myself in this, and I get to be fully embraced and fully loved and understood. And I get to do the exact same thing for the other women in the community. So it's just, it makes it fun. It
Yes.
makes it fun to be able to do it. It really feels like I'm in this with you guys and you guys are in this with me. So, yeah.
While we're on the subject of community, let's take a quick second to talk about something special that I have coming up in January 2026 for my local ATL women. So on January 16th, I will be hosting the very first season conversations. And season conversations, y'all, it's an intimate, candlelit dinner experience created specifically for women like you who are craving exactly what we've been talking about during this episode: real connection, meaningful conversations, and having spaces where you can just be yourself. And it's all about really helping the women in the room slow down and actually hear themselves again and listen, right? So you'll sit down with a very thoughtfully curated menu that I will be cooking for you. It's going to be a very cozy ambiance. We will have journal prompts and guided conversations throughout the entire evening that remind you that you and every woman that you're sitting next to at that table, that you're never going to have to walk through any season alone. Y'all, this is not just a dinner. This is an evening designed truly to nourish both your body and your spirit. So, whether you're choosing to come solo, gift yourself a night of presence, or you're choosing to bring your bestie to share this experience with you, either way, you're going to be walking away feeling grounded, renewed, and held. And y'all, seats are intentionally limited. I wanted to keep this space sacred, safe, because we might get a little deep, and I wanted to make sure we kept it intimate. So if your heart is craving community craving a night of calm or just purely a second to just breathe and take pause at the beginning of a new year, I would love to sit next to you at the table. You can reserve your seat for season conversations. I will leave the link in the show notes. Now back to the episode. Okay, so I think I want to go to Sarah. So what practices currently, because we're talking all about staying grounded and everything while we're still chasing our more. What practices right now help you stay aligned and present, especially with two younger daughters, right? Who they're on their way into teenage. Whew, that's a story for a different day, right? But what
Yeah.
keeps you present while taking care of those girls and taking care of yourself?
Gosh, and this is something that honestly I used to struggle with so much because I was trying to be everything to everybody else before I took care of myself. And I really learned the hard way that that is not the way to live life. And for me, and it's been so much even these past few weeks. So it's really funny that you bring this question up because I have really been leaning into the energy work and it's it's crazy because now that I've been doing it more and doing more things like meditation, I'm on a 91-day streak on my meditation app for bed because I literally listen to it every single night because
Yes.
that's what calms my brain and that's what relaxes me. And I started it during treatment because I was having a really hard time sleeping because my mind was racing, all over the place. But I would say for me, it's the meditation, it's the breath work, it's even now learning some somatic things. And I'm just trying everything to see what works for me. And really, it's getting to know myself. I just learned my human design at the event. I didn't even know my human design before that, So it's just how much more can I get to know myself? And the more that I start to peel back the layers, the more things start to make sense. And now, the other day, I'm like, oh my God, I literally feel it in my stomach. And I'm like, this is my gut telling me to make a decision, And
Mhm.
I never would have been able to pay attention to that before. I would have been like, I need a Tums. What is happening? So it's now I recognize and I know how to listen to my body because I've started to tap in and I've started to do the work and the meditation and the journaling and all that. So I would say my main things are probably meditation and journaling are my two favorite practices because I can do those on the daily. But then I also do breath work and sound baths and Reiki and massages and whatever it is that's going to take me to tap into myself and to take care of myself. And I really learned that self-care is not just a massage and a pedicure. It is really taking care of your mind and your nervous system.
Yes, yeah, our nervous system, y'all, it holds so much more than we think. It's holding on to it. That
Mhm.
thing that stressed you out earlier that you thought you had let go of, it's probably still there, still working its way through. Goodness. I love this room. I know y'all aren't here, but you are virtually here. So I want to start to bring it to a close here. Tracy, I'm gonna start with you. Can you share one sentence right now to the woman that's listening who might not believe that she's made for more? What would you say to her right now?
One sentence, that's hard.
Yes, one sentence.
Just take one step because all it takes is just one step at a time.
All right, Erin, I'm coming to you.
Just do something that you've never done before and don't knock it till you try it.
Hmm. Yes, Wendy.
Mine is similar to Tracy, but I say baby steps are still steps. So don't think you have to take big steps. Baby steps still count. Don't forget about that.
Yes. Awesome. And Sarah.
I'd say that the universe or God or whoever you believe in has put that dream on your heart for a reason. So you have to listen to it.
Yeah, or it's gonna get real uncomfortable, more uncomfortable than taking that step is gonna be. Yes. Yes. Well, thank you all. Thank you for being a part of this conversation, Wendy, Sarah, and Tracy. I love y'all so much. You have reminded me, and I really hope for every woman listening today that our more doesn't have to equal hustle or perfection. And I think we heard that throughout this whole conversation, right? It's all about listening into your purpose, not ignoring it, making sure you get connected to the right people, the right circles, and still giving yourself permission to grow at your own pace, right? And so, for everyone that's listening, let this room, let this conversation be a reminder to you that you never have to do anything alone, right? We're all learning, we're all stretching, we're all sometimes uncomfortable, but we're all becoming better versions of ourselves every single day with every single brave step that we take. So thank y'all for coming on. I want to do another round table, but I want y'all to, because I mean, we have y'all here. Give us like a short snippet of just what you do and then how the people can stay connected with you. Yeah, start with Wendy. I saw the hand.
Oh, okay. I was like, take it away. But sure, I guess I'll take it away. So, my name is Wendy Garcia. I am a mind, body, soul fitness coach. I am the founder of Strong Her. Essentially, we are a women's fitness community. We're redefining the way that women approach health and fitness. It's no longer about chasing skinny, but just truly figuring out the version of healthy and what that looks for you and how to just truly honor your body so that you can show up better in whatever it is that you do. So that's a little bit about me.
Yes. And where can the people find you, Wendy?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. My username is underscore coach Wendy Fit. I just changed it, so I had to
Perfect.
remind myself of it.
I
And then you
love
can
it.
find our community Instagram. It's underscore strong her, and that's STRONHER.
Perfect. All right, Erin.
I am a queen of collaborations, if you will. I teach business owners how to be the top 1% with offers that they already have, but up leveling through community collaboration and connection to get to that next level. And it just so happens to benefit your overall health and wellness as well. So it's a win win there. You can find me on Instagram at behind underscore EMC. And I can be your biz bestie.
Yes. Awesome. Tracy.
Hello. I guess I've already said hello, but I am a health and wellness advocate, and I just launched a new community called One Small Step Walks. If you're local to Southern California, we do monthly walks where I show you it doesn't have to be hard or crazy on how you can move your body, and you also don't have to do it alone. And you can find me on Instagram, no spaces, at One Small Step Walks.
Hey, Sarah, close us out.
Okay. My name is Sarah Arvizu. I am the host of the Creating Sunshine podcast. I am the founder of the Sunshine Era community, and I help women to develop the tools that they need to make it through not just the good times, but also the hard times. And knowing that you can do it along with other people, that you don't have to do it by yourself, and we can all support each other and we can grow together. And you can find me on Instagram at Sarah underscore Arvizu. And then obviously you can tune into my podcast, Creating Sunshine.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Of course, as always, it's always a pleasure just to have, see all your faces and just hear, even with me, like I feel like if I am in a room with y'all, I learn something new every single time that I can take away. So listeners, I know that you learned something today, but I want you to keep believing that you're made for more, keep chasing your purpose, keep listening, and always keep thriving.